Okay, folks, you are tuned into the Carter Edward Show right across the Super Radio Network, which takes in the east coast of Australia and a huge footprint right across. The place where we want everybody to listen. Because tonight's special, extra special, because I have a young 15-year-old young lady who is very, very focused on what she wants to do. She's in a terrific direction. She's an eco-warrior. Her name is Skye Bortoli, and I welcome you, Skye. At 15 years of age, you've just written your first book called Eco-Warrior. Tell us about the Eco-Warrior. What is an Eco-Warrior?
An eco-warrior is someone that wants to get involved with the environment and start making a difference for future generations.
Oh, wow. You've certainly done that, haven't you?
I hope I have.
You certainly have. At 14, you wrote your first book?
Yes. It was an amazing experience writing a book.
Okay, and it's released now?
It is in all good bookstores.
Okay. How do young people get involved with looking after the environment?
There are so many different things you can do, and I think it all starts with educating yourself. So the first thing you can do is go to your local library or go on the internet and research some different organisations. Once you've got the information, then go and spread the word. So go to your friends and go tell them at school, go tell your teachers and tell them to pass on the information. Because the more people that know about the issue, the more people can stand up and take action.
Okay, and you certainly took action. Tell me about when you went to, did you go to Alaska first?
Yes.
How did you raise the money to get to Alaska?
We actually did car washes and karaoke cruises and fashion parades in 80-kilometre winds and lots of different crazy things.
So why did you choose to go to Alaska?
Alaska was where the International Whaling Commission was being held. So
Okay.
we actually wanted to go over there and have a meeting with the head commissioner of the International Whaling Commission.
That's in the whole world?
In the whole world. He's the biggest whale man you will meet. He's
Really?
in charge of it.
And what gave you the impetus and the idea that you wanted to go there and do that?
Well, I won a competition and it was a huge step in my career and a huge step in my life, and it changed a lot of things, and I had a huge opportunity to reach out to the youth of Australia. And what I wanted to do was, the biggest thing I could do was to go over there and confront the biggest man in the whaling industry.
Okay, but the most powerful man in the world.
Yes.
When you say it's the International Whaling Commission, what does that mean? Does he give permission for whalers to go out there and shoot whales?
Yeah, one of the problems with whaling is that the International Whaling Commission is regulating whaling. So they're regulating whaling, but they're not going into much of conservation. So some people think that the answers lie in reforming the RWC, so making it a conservation committee instead of a whaling commission.
Okay, so there are still countries other than Japan that we know of that are whaling.
There's lots of different countries around the world that are actually participating in subsistence whaling, which is where countries will actually whale to basically live off it over winter and places like that. In Alaska, they actually have a Pacific quota of grey whales.
Okay, is this like an Eskimo quota thing, is it?
Yes, it's called the Aboriginal Subsistence Quotas, and the International Whaling Commission regulates how many whales they actually take a year.
Okay, and you went across there with what?
I went over there with a bundle of 40,000 signatures, and so at the start of the year I decided that I wanted to have a meeting with the top man, and nothing was going to stop me. And so many people found it so entertaining, and not many people were very supportive because they thought it was, a waste of all this fundraising and a waste of time. And on the 28th of May, we actually got the meeting with Mr. Hogarth, and I was standing outside the hotel.
In Alaska?
In Alaska,
okay.
Halfway across the world, standing in front of Mr. Hogarth with a wheelbarrow, a bright red wheelbarrow, the very Australian way to do it.
It is, isn't it?
It is. Standing outside the hotel with a wheelbarrow full of 40,000 petitions, and it's a lot of paper. And he walked out, and I gave him a really kind of mean speech. It was kind of confronting. And I didn't expect him to turn around and say nice things, because I'd kind of just had a go at him and said, how can the International Whaling Commission be letting this happen? And he said he was going back inside the RWC to talk to the Japanese delegation about what they were doing.
On the steps, you confronted him.
Yes.
Did he turn around and go back inside?
No. Oh, we spoke to him and we gave him the petition,
Okay.
and then he said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into the RWC and I'm going to tell them what just happened outside the hotel.
Wow, so he just actually turned around and went back inside.
Yeah.
Wow, how's that for powerful? You've spoken to the most powerful man about your passion, which is save the whales.
Yep.
Okay, you've gone right to the top, right across the world to Alaska.
Yep.
You saved the money by yourself and your friends, and you went across under your own steam.
Yep.
Wow, that is certainly some feat, and you pulled it off.
I don't
And
know
what
how.
reaction did it get in the long run? Did you stop anything?
Well, at the time, just after I decided I wanted to go over, Japan announced that it would be taking 50 of Australia's very own humpback whales.
Wow.
So the very same whales that we see in Australian waters and we see whale watching. Basically, the first thing these whales see when they come from the safety of their mother's womb is the coastline of Australia. And if anyone has the right to determine their fate, it should be Australians. So that was my main reason for going over there and confronting them so hardly, because, you know, these were my whales and I'd grown up with them, and they'd started not just my passion for whales, but my passion for the environment.
Okay.
And I wanted nothing more than to go over there and stop that slaughter of 50 whales.
Well, look, you're not going anywhere right at this moment. I'm going to cut and go to a song, and we've got some obligations we've got to fulfill. Can you stay for a while?
Yes, I can.
Skye Bortoli, the author of Eco Warrior. Okay, we're back with Skye Bortoli, 15-year-old young lady who has really gotten off her backside and done something for the whales. You are a friend of all the whales in the water.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, if they could talk to you, they would all say thank you in their